For those who might be interested in the types of Microsoft Office proficiencies we'll be developing in the Inspiration Station course, I'd like to show you how we're going to use Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and Outlook, learning how to leverage each of those tools, and then also how to marry them together for an even more effective and proficient use. So here is a chart that we could make in Excel, and this is outlining the growth potential of some certain upcoming majors. We've used a thermometer chart and then put in a forecasting line. So what we have is information about previous years, and then the line would be what could happen, what is coming, and we see this giant spike, so I'll be talking about that. Let's say we wanted to use this particular chart in a presentation. I'll go ahead and copy that and flip to my presentation tool of PowerPoint, which is great, and I'll just go ahead and paste it in there. So it's matching the theme colors automatically, and there we go. And I'll bring that down just a little bit because we want the title to show. And okay, so you notice how it matches the theme colors and everything looks great. So what I'm going to do, because this is what's going into the management meeting, I'm going to add a little animation to this and choose appear, and then we're going to say by series. So what will this look like during the presentation? Okay, let's talk about the targeted growth. We're forecasting for the future. Okay, so where we are and where we're going. So we're going to be tracking or showing information over 3 years. And the first one is 2014-2015. We're looking at robotics engineering, technical writing, communication, social channels, global studies, international relations, the ethical hacking, CIS security major, and visual art and design. We're going to just see how those are going to grow or diminish. So we do see an increase in the robotics area here at our campus, and in the social channels and communication, and the ethical hacking. We've seen a slight decrease in visual design, a slight decrease in international relations, and a slight decrease in technical writing. If we extrapolate on that difference and forecast to the next year, what should we anticipate for the next year? And you'll see that if we are just looking at the percentages of growth, all of a sudden we're going to have a skyrocketing enrollment in the ethical hacking in the coming year. And also robotics is going to go up. We see this decline may continue in the other majors or areas of interest. So we want to make sure that we are planning for these. Are we restructuring our staffing? Are we coming up with different ways to support these students? Are we going to limit enrollment? Are we going to encourage enrollment? This type of data lets us make decisions. So that's great, and that's at the managerial level, but what happens when you want to get that out to the team? So one of the things that we can do is we can export and create a handout very easily. I'm sure you've all seen the notes next to the slide, but we're sending this out to Word instead of just printing those blank note pages. We are sending this out to Word. This was a very short presentation, so it takes a very short time to generate it. Okay. And what it does is it brings in all of the information from the notes pane. So this could be a transcript of what was said during the meeting. You can format this however you want with just a few clicks. Okay. Maybe you don't even want this top row. That's fine. Okay. You really just want to send out this information. You could send this out as an attachment to your group, or I'm going to show you how we're going to put it into a mail merge to go out to the group. So I'm going to also just hide my grid lines, and I'm going to zoom this in so that it's what we would like to show the group. Okay, here we go. It doesn't want to show. Here's my zoom tool down here. I'm just going to zoom in. I also always work with show hide to see that invisible markup, but for this instance I don't want that. So this is what we want them to see. A little chart and then some breakdown of the information that was shared. Great. So now I'm going to just show you a peek at a database that you can make very quickly with Excel. You have emails of people, their first name, what area they were in, what their role is, because depending on their role, they may have a different focus, okay? What their particular goal is, okay? And the percentage that we saw from that chart. And then we're going to have a follow-up meeting with each group. So I've already scheduled those and held a conference room. Okay, so now how do we effectively get that out to everyone who needs it without sending a bunch of individual emails? Well, that's where mail merge comes in. So what you can do is you put in these little fields, you set it up as an email, you hook it up with Outlook, and we learn this all in the class. These are the headers from the mail merge database. We'll preview the results, and you see that everything is customized by name, what their role is, what they're going to be doing, what we need to expect them to have, what their contribution will be, and I see that I have a period here. I have 2 periods, so I'll get rid of one in my preview because I've included the period in my little blurb about the conference room. Now right here I had the picture of just the chart, but I also want to give them that text. So you can simply insert and go to a screenshot. It'll look at all other open available windows, including that screen clipping, which is much too big for this. So we'll make it a little smaller, scale it down, and we'll crop it so that it just has the information that we need to go into that email. And that way everyone on the team has the pertinent information from that managers meeting very quickly. So we go to mailings, finish and merge, and we'll just see there are 21 emails that will be going out. And if we wanted to preview them, we could look through them all. Okay, but we're going to just finish and merge and send the email messages. We're going to call it targeted programs and click OK. And now Outlook is booting up, sending this message out to everybody, and we're done. We've done our follow-up on this project and we can move on. So this is the type of proficiency and functionality that we'll be pulling out of Microsoft Office during Inspiration Station. So I'm really looking forward to having you on the journey. I'm Sandy McVeigh, and have a great one. See you in class.